Hello everyone, we are glad to have you back. Halo Episode 5 picks up just where viewers left off, with Chief, Riz-66, and Soren-66 attempting to maintain their positions while the Covenant attacks. A Jiralhanae war chieftain jumps them with a gravity hammer, but Kwan and Laera, Soren-66's wife, jump in to save them. Riz-28 sustains serious injuries while removing Vanak 134's body before they depart. As the Covenant destroy the planet, Chief blacks out and experiences a flashback of Cortana striking a deal with Margaret Parangosky, the head of the Office of Naval Intelligence. Mackie commands a Covenant battleship to destroy Reach. Jiralhanae approaches and she congratulates him on winning. Nevertheless, he brushes her praise off, pointing out that the demon is still alive and they have only retrieved one of the two Forerunner keystones. Jiralhane's atonement will come from Chief's death, but it is never made clear why. Exasperated, Jiralhanae asks what the purpose of Cortana is, and Mackie responds that it is knowledge. When Chief awakens, Riz-28 is found unconscious. Despite his injuries, he attempts to approach her. Chief becomes enraged that Riz-28 returned for Vanak 134 and chastises Halsey for robbing them of their option when Halsey explains that Riz-28 needs surgery. Vanak 134 was chosen by Riz-28, according to Halsey. Chief is much more irritated with ONI. Halsey describes the pandemonium that followed Reach and how she had to place Chief in a coma for 2 days. Chief has a fever, so she helps him get some rest. During their conversation, Mackie reveals to Cortana that Zealot Jiralhanae, the current arbiter and previous supreme commander of the fleet of Solemn Accord, is aboard this command ship. For anyone familiar with the games, this is a slap in the face. Jiralhanae is a shallow arbiter, and the Sangheili were fleet masters rather than commanders. The High Prophets have given Sangheili the status of arbiter, an unworthy designation given to those who have failed. Mackie requests that Cortana inform her about Chief. Cortana simply ends. When Thel Vadami, the former fleet master of the Fleet of Particular Justice, failed to stop Chief from blowing up the Halo in Halo Combat Evolved, he was awarded this title in Halo 2. The Great Schism, or the Sangheilis' break from the Covenant, occurred as a result of Vadami discovering in Halo 2 that the Great Journey was a deception. Kwan and Soren-66 greet Chief upon his awakening, informing him that he has been unconscious for an additional 3 days. In an attempt to locate Kessler, they are ready to land on the planet Illyria. Chief is led to the body of Vanak 134 by Kwan, but he won't look at it. Halsey successfully commandeers a local operation for Riz-28 on Illyria, much to the dismay of the doctors. After assuring Chief that Riz-28 will be alright, Soren-66 leaves with Laera to look for Kessler. They find the ship that Kessler was on in its landing spot by asking the shopkeeper at a nearby store whether she has any information regarding ship movements. Though Kwan begs Chief to bury Vanak 134, Chief adamantly declines. According to him, SPARTANs are already dead in the eyes of humanity and are not even buried. Chief will regret not being sad, according to Kwan, and bury Vanak 134 without him. Laera becomes enraged when Soren-66 tries to strike up a polite chat with some locals while riding a transport. She claims that although she wants him to, he isn't expressing her feelings about Reach's loss or appearing concerned about Kessler. Angry, she throws off her silver wig. As soon as Riz-28 awakens to Halsey, she expresses her hatred for her, claiming that this reminds her of the augmentation process. Ignoring this, Halsey states that Riz-28 will have to put in more effort because she won't be the same soldier as before. Chief is informed by Halsey that Riz will survive, but he then goes on a tirade about how ONI mistreated them and that they are all disposable. Halsey is asked by Chief why she chose him, but she is unable to respond. As Kwan excavates a pit for Vanak 134, mystics encircle him. Chief comes over when she shouts. Chief grants the mystics' request to burn Vanak 134. Chief speaks candidly while Halsey offers a eulogy. It concludes with a vow of retaliation. Chief will terminate those in charge of Reach, ONI. Kwan converses with the mystic from the first episode during the burial, and he identifies her as a protector and alerts her to the monster. It's dull and ambiguous, which regrettably portends a bigger role for Kwan. When Soren-66 and Laera come across 2 women they believe to be Kessler's parents, Soren-66 uses his negotiating talents to set up a meeting with the youngster when Laera's tearful plea proves unsuccessful. But before Soren-66 concludes, Laera discovers that this boy isn't Kessler when she spots a young man rushing outside wearing Soren-66's helmet. When Laera inquires about the whereabouts of the youngster who handed it to him, the man replies that they took him. When Laera goes to see the shopkeeper without Soren-66, she tells him where Kessler is and threatens to beat him. She tells Soren-66 outside that Kessler was taken by the United Nations Space Command. Mackie learns that the Covenant's capital, High Charity, has received Jiralhane's Covenant ship. Given that they will perish, she is perplexed. She implores Jiralhanae, trying to persuade him that the prophets are telling false tales of the great journey and that Jiralhanae is the one who would guide them to Halo. Jiralhanae accuses her of sacrilege and threatens to murder her if Cortana hadn't projected a memory of Halo, which causes Jiralhanae to pause in shock. He acknowledges that the prophets will follow him and consents to locate Halo. Observing the locals' construct, Riz-28 departs from the hospital. She informs Chief she will stay, upsetting him, and he tries to order her back on board the ship to go. She gives him a hug and tells him not to let suffering break him. When Halsey tries to make fun of her, Riz-28 merely smiles and walks away. Kai-125 walks to an exterior door in the UNSC base Camp Currahee on the planet Onyx. She is nodded through by Ackerson, who then unveils an army of Spartan IIIs, the next generation of even more faceless and manipulable SPARTANs, into view. Given that the UNSC intends to add more lives to the Covenant, it's a dismal way to go out. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.